Hey everybody, on today's Bold and Beautiful, Katie was visiting with Bill and asked him if he was still pining over Brooke. So she wanted to get a little jab in at Bill about Brooke, and Bill told Katie that he wasn't giving up. Then RJ is pushing for Ridge and Brooke to get married in Italy, and just while she's there to visit Hope, to just go ahead and get married there. But Ridge says he has to take care of things here involving Quinn before the marriage can take place. And I feel like that's kind of a way to just put off the marriage, an easy excuse, because really I don't see why Quinn would be a factor in them getting married. So why Ridge has cold feet with Brooke, and I think that's just an excuse. Wyatt walked in on Stephanie and Liam kissing in the office, and you could tell by the look on his face that he was real hurt and upset about it. And he looked at Liam and told him that that wasn't the place to be doing that, kissing in the office. And Katie told Bill that Brooke was going out of town, and Bill didn't know that. And Wyatt and Liam were fussing over Steffi. Wyatt feels that Liam is holding Steffi back, and Wyatt is very supportive and just trying to get Steffi's popularity up and make things real good for Steffi in every phase of her life. And Liam just wants a very quiet life. He doesn't even want Steffi to be CEO, so that's a difference in those two. And then Wyatt looked at Stephanie and he said, "You were with him last night, weren't you?" And he had a real hurt look on his face when he said that. Bill went by to see Brooke before she went to Milan. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second, because you know they switch back and forth on what's going on the show. And Ridge and Quinn talked about Quinn's drinking tequila the night before, and she said that tequila was for partying and drowning your sorrows, I believe is the way she said it. And he asked which one she was doing, and she said a little of both. And Bill is happy that Brooke is getting away from the dressmaker, and I think that's just funny the way Bill calls Ridge the dressmaker. And Wyatt let Stephanie know how her being with Liam really hurts him. And Liam dropped by to fuss at Quinn about trying to bribe Steffi. And he just really, every time he sees her, he just blames her for everything and chews her out. And it seems like every problem that family has, they try to blame it on Quinn. But when Bill was talking to Brooke about going to Milan, he said for Brooke just to let him know what port she wanted to be picked up in, and he'd have his yacht docked there to pick her up. And he talked very loving to her and tried to reason with her. And he said that he had never fought for somebody like he had her. And RJ had begged his mom to marry his dad and all that, and that Ridge just stepped in when Brooke kind of broke down because of that he didn't really work to be with Brooke. And let's see. At the end, it looked like Brooke was having second thoughts about her and Bill, and they both had their hand on the suitcase and were touching each other's hands. And so probably it'll start shifting toward Brooke going back to Bill if things kind of go the way they're going. And my question of the day is, when Ridge and Caroline had the baby and Ridge tried to pass it off as his own, eventually it came out that it was his son's baby, Thomas. And somewhere along the line, I have missed out on why Ridge did not want to stay in the marriage. It's like he just, once it got out that the baby was Thomas's, he just got out of the marriage. And I'm sure there was more said than what I heard, but why did he not try to stay in his marriage? That's my question. So I hope that y'all have a good evening, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.